Hello everyone. Happy Halloween. Scream 7 trailer just came out, so I thought, what would it cost me to do right now? But you know what? It's a little bit much for me, especially to wear for like an entire video. So we're just gonna be like this. I tied my hair. I hope it looks good or whatever. I initially planned to make a game video as usual because I generally try to keep my YouTube about gaming. But then I thought, mate, you know what? You are never going to be able to make it in time with the game that you have chosen. And being a goth and all, me not releasing a video on Halloween is absolute sacrilege. And therefore, I need to make a change of plans. So I'm just going to discuss what horror as a genre means to me and my strange relationship with it. On the one hand, I was that kid who was always scared of the monster under his bed and the dark corners of his room. I mean, the simple trailer of a random movie would have me hallucinating the bad guy everywhere. I mean, I never really understood the appeal of being reminded that you're fucking weak, and I get scared of every wisp of smoke in your room thinking it's the spirit of your long lost Uncle Al, who is definitely living up in the farm somewhere and not dead. I don't get it. And that is before I discovered that, there are layers to this shit. You see, the kind of horror that I was describing with the wisp of smoke and ghosts and whatnot, that is known as supernatural horror, which is actually different from paranormal horror for some reason. And somehow the movie Paranormal Activity falls into neither of these categories. That, my friends, is a found footage horror film, a genre whose name very clearly defines what the actual fuck it is supposed to be. The idea being that some random family or group of people begin to experience some spooky shit happening around their house and then decide to film it to make the ultimate real ghost caught on tape YouTube compilation or something. I mean, I swear, guys, this is real, okay? Seriously, though, when Paranormal Activity came out, the number of people thinking this shit actually happened was insane. And I mean, tied to the found footage genre is obviously the screen life genre, with, I mean, the most famous or rather infamous example of it is Unfriended and its sequel, Unfriended Dark Web. Because, anything with the words dark web in its title just fills me with the highest of expectations. Screen life is basically, it's a computer screen recording. Like everything is happening on a computer screen, and for its gimmick, everyone is in separate rooms and they are video calling each other and stuff like that. And screen life as a genre also kind of played into the whole this is real thing with things like Megan is missing. I guess the marketing really leaned into the fact that this could be something real. But, we have learned this shit by now. I mean, yeah, people thought that Paranormal Activity was real. But now after 6 fucking sequels, some of them consider spin-offs. No one asks that anymore. Oh, god damn it. Found footage as a genre, I do understand its appeal, since the entire point of it is you have multiple points of view from which the footage is filmed, and you try to figure out what is going on before the movie reveals it to you. The style very easily hides the low budget and at the same time gives you the feeling that it might actually be real, especially when something is taken off camera. Like, dude, nothing can surpass what your brain cooks up. And which is why so many monster-based horror movies decide to keep their monsters hidden until they absolutely have to show them. I mean, think about Quiet Place, right? Like for a long time, we saw these monsters just whipping around the place with no actual indications to what they might look like or how to spot one other than, if you make a sound, you're probably going to be dead. And then we got Bird Box, in which the entire point of it was you don't look at the monster or you die. Bird Box obviously deals with the whole exit game scenario. Exit the game in the most creative way possible. That brings me to the next type of horror movie, that is the psychological horror movie. Whereas every horror film has some psychological element to it, in the case of this genre, that's kind of the whole point. Like, let's look at Smile, right? Where the entire point is that the demon that passes from person to person via trauma, like a sort of strange infectious disease. Basically, it possesses you, makes you hallucinate, and then eventually makes you exit game in a very violent fashion in front of someone else, passing the curse on to them. The only way to escape it being that you have to actually inflict that trauma on someone else by making a third person exit game in a very violent fashion. Yeah, basically once that curse gets you, he's gonna claim at least one soul. This demon is really greedy, I'm telling you guys. Which demon is not? But while movies like Smile and Smile 2 are great in their own rights and a beautiful allegory for something like trauma, the psychological horror genre has a sort of all or nothing case when it comes to its movies. Either they are like absolutely amazing or confusing without any hope of redemption. Hey, anyone remember the movie Mother? Anyways, with all this, there's at least some rationale as to why people would potentially enjoy them. The one genre I never got until very recently was the slasher genre. Basically, a group of teens go somewhere and then they are violently killed off by a crazed serial killer one by one, often while they are dancing on the bed together. I wonder if YouTube has got around to that yet. I mean, for some reason. I mean, yeah, if you have dancing in the bed in the horror movie, you are basically dead, as explained by this scene in Scream.
That one must abide by in order to successfully survive a horror movie. For instance, number 1, you can never have sex. Big no-no! Big no!
I'm a dead man.
Sex equals death. Okay, number 2.
Well, I mean, it subverts that by the end. So my understanding is that it's meant to represent a vulnerable state, and that is when the villain tends to get you. But then you look at something like Jason X and the Jason in Space movie. I guess that's the correct one. You look at something like that and you see that Jason somehow gets almost awakened from his coma by dancing energy. Like, how does that work? Does he have some like radar that, oh, you need to go and off some people? I mean, they even use that later on to lure him once someone was stupid enough to put him near a healing machine for some reason. God damn you, I will not miss you if you are dead. But I mean, seriously though, what is the fucking point? I guess that sometimes it makes sense that if the entire cast is insufferable as fuck and so it is satisfying to see them get taken off the face of the earth one by one for the final time, my mind just can't comprehend that someone would actually enjoy being scared. Like, it's scared. And this is very strange coming from me, I know. I mean, look at me. And that doesn't even get into the whole concept of horror comedies. I'm being scared. I don't think I'm going to be into laughing. And if I'm into laughing, I don't think I'm going to be scared. Or at least that's how I think it works, because I'm an idiot. I don't get it. However, on an unrelated note, one place where horror movies are definitely the most useful is when taking someone on a date. Because the point is that they often mistake the adrenaline rush from the scare as love butterflies, and you know the rest. Like I said, I don't get horror movies, but for some reason, I saw not one, but 3 horror films this year, including the one I'm going to see today. Yeah, that aged because that movie is not showing in my place anymore, called Good Boy, which is like a horror movie from the perspective of a dog. Basically, it's the anti-Cujo. God, I really wanted to see it. Why book my show? Why you gotta be like that? Ugh. Anyways, if you want to make someone question their love of dog, you make them watch Cujo. Coming back to the point of why I don't get horror movies, let's talk about the 3 that I did watch this time. Like, with weapons, I thought that the whole marketing of it, the whole concept just intrigued me to such an extent that I just wanted to go and see it. I was like kind of impressed by the allegory of it all. And then Until Dawn, well, I guess I just heard a lot about the game, so I also wanted to catch Together. But body horror as a concept just grosses me out. I mean, I guess that's kind of the point. That one I actually don't get it. Could we not, like, seriously? I don't want whatever. Like I keep saying, all this is a little strange given that I am a goth. But for me, goth is more like dark and mysterious. Like, I loved Nosferatu. Oh wait, that's another horror film I saw this year. Regardless, I like Nosferatu because of the mystery and its suspense, and not because it's scary exactly. But in general, I like things like Control, where the horror elements are present in the fear of the unknown part of it all, but the real point is to shoot it in the face and explore all these amazing places. And that is why I was gonna make my Halloween vid on Evil West, a game about cowboys versus vampires, which is like super underrated. Like, seriously, try that shit out, man. But with everything that's been going on in my life, it's like a little out of the question that I get this video out on time if I do that. I mean, I couldn't finish the whole game in time, let alone record a video on it or anything. Basically, I like the scary, the supernatural, the unknown, but in a more like mysterious way, and in a way that I can punch the living shit out of them. Yeah, I don't want to be reminded that if Jason Voorhees came at me with a machete, I would probably be turned into Swiss cheese. My life already does that, so no thank you. So that is my overall opinion on horror as a genre. I'm sorry I couldn't get a better video out on time. There are so many things I've planned. I mean, my computer memory is kind of getting full with all the video recordings of games that I have. I need to get around to uploading some of them. If you are disappointed with what I think about horror. Don't worry, I am getting into it as of lately, especially with the new series, It Welcome to Derry. And maybe I will eventually get the appeal as I go into it. Who knows? I mean, I haven't watched the earlier two It films and I'm still watching the series, so guess so much for that. But until then, that's all, folks. If you like this video, please give it a like, share this video with your friends, leave a comment down below with thoughts on other wonderful stuff. If you want to know more about me, links to my socials will be down in the description, along with a link to my website, www.nightwalkergc.com. It's where I will be posting articles, I guess right to now this week, about It Welcome to Derry. Check that out if that's your thing. I am the author to a novel called Dreams of Perfection and a book called Sword and Flame. They are both dark fantasy and science fiction novels. Links to buy them shall be available in the description or on my website. My website is the top link on my description, so if you go there you can find anything. So feel free to check those out. They are also going to be available in audiobook format soon, and which when that happens I'm gonna upload that. With all of that said, if you like this kind of content, this is not generally how I make content. I'm more of a gaming guy. I upload unedited gaming playthroughs and then I make videos on them, or at least that's what I try to do, and sometimes fail miserably and sometimes I succeed. If that is something you are into, then hit the subscribe button with the bell icon, all notifications turned on, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye everyone, and keep questioning your existence.